the making of this video, I've gone through many different emotions. I've been happy and I've been frustrated. I'm going to sum it up with those two emotions. But these two emotional states are very, very different. And when I felt happy, I was more likely to get things done because the way I saw the world was more positive. I was more optimistic about the possibility of this video being a good video. Whereas when I was frustrated, I was less likely to try and push through because I've already been pushing through to try and get the video out there and for it to be a good video. Right now, I want to bring you with me in my exploration of the emotional state of awe. And the reason I want to do that is because I feel that awe is a very powerful emotion that can change the way that someone's seeing the world. But before I do that, I think it's really important that we define what an emotion is. An emotion is a state that you find yourself in response to an experience that creates a chemical pattern in your body that alters the way that you see and perceive the world around you. I'm going to bring you with me and we're going to explore this emotion of awe. And the first thing I think we should do is go and talk to some of the people, see what they think. How do they interpret this emotional state of awe? Let's go do it.
When I think of awe, I think of something really cute and it makes me emotional.
Like wonder. Just like whoa.
The awe is kind of like a state of being in wonder, or kind of like not knowing how to comprehend something that seems so much bigger than what you can understand and process. I see it in a positive light, so different than something that you can't process because it's too much for you emotionally, but yeah, something kind of incomprehensible.
It sounds like I'll be like it's a cute animal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, when someone has like a pet dog or something, you're like, the dog's cute. I don't know.
Yeah. I would say you would use awe when you're like, this is cute, this is special.
Or you could be like, yo, you can't come over tonight. You're like, aw.
So like you can be like disappointed, you can be happy, you can be excited. It's
Holy
just
shit,
like,
boy, you have shit on your teeth.
Actually?
Yeah, holy shit, like hella black shit on your teeth.
Why haven't you said anything?
I just got like zooming in. I just took that.
Wait, let's see your teeth real quick.
My perspective of awe is the unknown just hitting you out of nowhere when you're not really prepared for it.
Awe to me is like a little kid who just discovers something that they never knew before. I remember when I was younger, when I first learned how to do a thumbs up, it was inspirational and my mind was absolutely blown. And that was awe to me, just discovering something so amazing that can influence your life.
I think it's undescribable, but it's like good. It's like a positive emotion. In the moment of awe, I always feel gratitude and I like wonder.
Could you describe to me a recent situation where you felt this awe?
I think sometimes when I'm like driving home and there's like a sunset, I'll be like, wow, damn, life is good.
I feel in like minute senses, just more frequently in life, just little things that I can't really process as like something really good happening in the moment, but when I look back on it, I'm like, yeah, like that was really important and powerful to me. So I guess those are like small moments where like I was in awe and I didn't even realize it.
Do you associate this emotion of awe with a positive feeling?
Yes. It's not a positive thing.
It could be in a negative situation too, where you're like, damn, this is actually happening. I'm in awe that this is so bad, but I rarely ever get that.
How would you describe that?
Such intense disbelief that I'm just like, how is this even possible? And then that makes me be like in awe that it's so bad.
I think impressive is like a good word I would use to describe it. Just like whenever I'm feeling awe, it's usually like I'm impressed by something. So I would definitely say it's a positive.
Positive because it feels so serene, and I think like a lot of my life, you know, it's just all just keep going, like study this, study that, you have another test coming up. While in those moments it's just kind of like, oh wow, it's bigger than just me. There will always be the moon, there will always be the stars, you know, there'll always be night eventually. So yeah, thank you.
I've just gone and I've asked these people, right, about how they would describe this emotional state of awe, how they would describe the emotion of awe. They gave me great answers. So I'd like to summarize all those answers to say that awe is a state that you find yourself in when you are presented with something that takes you out of your problems that you have in your day-to-day, and it brings you into an appreciation of whatever is being placed in front of you, because that thing in the moment seems to be so much more vast and so much greater than what you are. Look at this figure right here. We can see a summation of what these awe experiences induce in an individual, being that they're not threat-induced awe experiences. As you can see, there are many different pathways to which awe-based experiences lead to positive outcomes in individuals. What I want to focus on today, though, is how the decreased activation of the DMN, or the default mode network, leads to positive outcomes. The default mode network does not refer to specific regions in the brain. It instead refers to a set of neurons that fire when the DMN is active. So while the brain regions presented in front of you, the medial prefrontal cortex, the posterior cingulate cortex, and the inferior parietal lobule, all have a lot of activity when the DMN is active, they're not the only places where these neurons fire. When at rest, or more specifically, when not focused on a specific task at hand, this is when this network is activated. This brain network seems to be active when one is ruminating or daydreaming or thinking about how they fit into the rest of the world. It's with this in mind that you can start to see how increased activity of the DMN is associated with some negative outcomes. One way to think about how awe experiences decrease activation of the DMN is by taking one out of their internal thoughts and instead focusing on the awe-inspiring experience.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين